Hello, happy Christmas Eve. My name is Stacy. Welcome back or welcome to Read Salmon Apple. And I am here to do Vlogmas Day 24. And like I said, it is Christmas Eve. It is December 24th. Oh boy. And it is just after 11 p.m. when I'm filming this. So if you're watching this when it goes up, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. But yeah, I can't believe this is the second to last, penultimate Vlogmas clip or Vlogmas episode, video for 2022. I'm super excited for what I have planned for the final day for day 25. But we still have one more day left of the normal routine. So let's just kind of get into it because I do have some plans of things I need to finish tonight. So I was at my friend's for most of the afternoon too, so that's why I'm filming this super late. But I have been doing the 24 Days of Tea, the Advent Calendar from Adagio Teas. This is the loose leaf version. They are my favorite tea company. If you haven't seen any of my other videos where I talk about them, including all of the previous Vlogmas videos, they're all on a playlist if you have not seen them. But yeah, this is the 4th year doing it. I'm super excited to have been doing the 4th year. The first year I did the bag version. This year I did, or I guess the second year and forward, I've done the loose leaf version. It is my favorite. They have extra blends that aren't included in the bagged version that are only in the loose leaf. And I believe some of them are also specifically only used in the Advent Calendar. But maybe if they're loved, they might sell them later. But anyway, let's just get into it. So this is our final one. Day 24 is bright gold. I can't believe it. Okay. So my guess is this will be my favorite of theirs because they usually have a few that they do at the end of the year the past couple years. So my guess is this will be my favorite of their Christmas teas, the Hot Toddy Yuletide. Let us see. If it's not, that is okay. I have a little bit in a full package of the Hot Toddy Yuletide. So I'm going to just set that back here. So let us see. Oh, it's not. Okay, interesting. This is Focus White Chocolate Peppermint. Interesting. Okay, so we have 5 minutes at 212 degrees. It's okay that it's not the Hot Toddy Yuletide. I will be drinking that in tomorrow's. But so this has cocoa nibs, rooibos tea, honeybush tea, peppermint leaves, mini white chocolate chips, spearmint leaves, chicory, cinnamon, licorice, white chocolate flavor, and blue corn flowers. And even with all those ingredients, this is caffeine free for those who worry about that kind of stuff. So let us cut it open here. I don't think I've had this one before. White chocolate peppermint. I'm just kind of glancing at my spreadsheet. I have the 2 previous years, 2020 and 2021, on it. Yeah, and I don't see it on there. So, oh, that spearmint and peppermint is like what you get at first. But there is that sweetness of the white chocolate. And then you get some of those other spices kind of coming in, but the spearmint and the peppermint are the most prevalent. It smells good. It smells good. Oh, look at the cute little white chocolate chip. It's a very pretty festive blend. It's pretty to look at. Okay, so today I'm just going to be using this guy for my tea strainer. I'm very excited to see how this will go and how complex it is with how many ingredients. I feel like a lot of their teas don't typically come with that many ingredients, but there's a lot going on in this. And then today, ooh, this is really hot. I'm using my Season's Greeting And this is a camper mug. It is completely metal. That's why I'm kind of holding it weird, because it is super hot. And it is like the camp style mugs. I actually found this on clearance in Buffalo, Wyoming, when we went up to visit my dad a few years ago. And we stopped at like the general store on the way out of town the day after Christmas to get some like snack food for the drive home. And I had to go through their Christmas stuff on clearance, especially because it's, you know, a little town. We hadn't been there before. And I found that mug and it was super cute, and I haven't seen another mug like it. So that was super fun. Also, I always wear my Santa earrings if you're naughty or nice on Christmas Eve. And then once I'm done kind of filming and editing this video for tomorrow, I will be pulling up the Santa Claus. I always watch the Santa Claus on Christmas Eve, and then I'll be doing the stockings and assembling all those. But yeah, let me switch over my tablet here. So, our final novella to talk about for Vlogmas 2022 is out of the Small Town Christmas Anthology. I have not read, so of the 3 authors, there are this ebook is only like 140 pages, but there's 3 novellas. So I only read one of them. I have read Katie Lane before. I read the first book in one of her Cowboy Texas series, which may or may not be the series that this one is a part of. I did not read that one. I've never read anything by Hope Ramsey before. But so if she's in the kind of same veins as these 2 authors, I'm definitely interested in picking her up. But the reason I picked this up, or the reason I picked up this specific anthology, was for Jill Shalvis. Now, I have read the Lucky Harbor series a while ago. My mom got me the first few books for Christmas. Or maybe it was just the first book. Maybe the first 2 were out. But I've been following this series pretty much since it was published. I know I got the first book the Christmas of the year that it was published, and I had read most of these back before I even had a Goodreads, and I know I have most of them in paperback, but they're in my storage unit. But on my reread, I have reread the first 2 books. I realized there are 3 Christmas novellas in this series that I apparently never read. I knew I didn't read this one before, and this is 2.5 in the series, so this worked in perfectly with my reread of the series. So yeah, I give this 5 stars. Based on the percentage of the ebook, this is only like a 30-40 page novella, but you know, I love Jill Shalvis's writing. I loved going back into Lucky Harbor. It's super exciting to have a new story, or new to me story, in Lucky Harbor. So yeah, 5 stars. I loved it. It had me crying. This thing had me freaking crying from like the first page. But let us talk about it. So the name of this novella is Kissing Santa Claus. And this, like I said, is Lucky Harbor 2.5. And this is Logan's novella. And Logan is the ex-boyfriend of the heroine Tara in book 2. And he is a NASCAR driver. And when he was in town trying-ish to win back over Tara in the second book, he very quickly, and she like wasn't even considering taking him back. But while he was in town, he had a tryst with Sandy, who we met actually in the first book because she is the hero, Jax's, who's also the mayor of the town in the first book. She is his she's the county clerk, so she's kind of she's not his secretary, but she works a lot with him. So we've seen her a lot in the background in both books. And she is like bookish and, you know, slightly nerdy and awkward. But her and Logan have a tryst. And she kind of fell for him in that short time that he was there. And then, you know, he had to go back on the racing circuit, so he left. And she's kind of been pining after him for the last 5 months because, you know, part of it is she feels so silly because they weren't together for very long. And it was very physical based. But she also felt this connection with him, and she felt like she could open up to him in a way that nobody else had. And come to find out, he had the same thing, and he is back in town to win her over and, you know, kind of convince her to be with him. He has a ring in his pocket, and he's just like, I know that she is the one for me. She just doesn't know it yet. And I just, you know, I love Jill Shalvis. I love the way that Jill Shalvis has done her other Christmas books or Christmas novellas. She has quite a few in, oh my gosh, the San Francisco series, Heartbreaker Bay, I think, which I love that series as well. But yeah, what made me cry is the loneliness that Sandy is kind of feeling and going through. And I don't know, there's just the way that she was talking about how, I mean, she has family and they're all on the East Coast, and this is Lucky Harbor is on the West Coast, and she's just feeling very alone. And, you know, she has friends and she has people around her, but that deep-seated loneliness, you know, it hits different, and I could really connect to that. Never mind the fact that I was kind of slightly emotional before picking up the book, just because this time of year is always emotional for me. And with Christmas being tomorrow, and it's never been the same since my mom passed, plus her birthday is Christmas, so that's always, you know, a double whammy. So, you know, I've kind of been in my feels more this Christmas than the past couple Christmases, so I was already kind of emotional. And I put my Spotify Christmas playlist on shuffle on the drive home from my friend's house, and most of the songs that came on, I felt like my mom was in the car with me because they were a lot of our favorites. Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to cry here. Oh my gosh. So, you know, it's just those little things, and when you can't do them very much anymore, or you're kind of the only one pushing to keep some of these traditions, then it just hits different. So yeah, so I love this, and this, I mean, it had the Jill Shalvis humor, which I loved. She is kind of worried that she's going to get stuck playing Santa, and so she is trying on the Santa suit, and then she gets stuck in it, and of course she runs into Logan when she's dressed as Santa for the first time when he comes back into town. So you know, this, if you're interested in trying Jill Shalvis, this is a very quick read, and it definitely, I feel like, touches base on what you will get from a Jill Shalvis romance novel. Now, I know some people are cautious about reading her. She does have more women's fiction series, but she's very upfront about, like, when she did Wildstone Sisters, I think, which is a series I haven't read. I would like to at some point, because Jill Shalvis is one of my authors that I would like to get through her entire backlist of. But she was very upfront, like, hey, I'm starting a new series, but for the romance readers, this is more women's fiction. There will be romance, but it won't be, you know, front and center. And then her newest series, she was like, I'm getting back into romance, so check out the new series. I still haven't started it. I have the first 2 books. She's an auto-buy author for me. And I've had book 3, which I think comes out in January, pre-ordered since it went live like this past summer. So I'm very excited. And I need to pick that one up. And maybe I'll try to pick up that first one because it has a super snowy cover. So that would work perfect for some of my winter challenges I have going on. But yeah, I love Jill Shalvis. I think this is a good, one hits a lot of the things she does. I think she does theme very well. Her humor, it works for me. The way she does small towns, and it just feels so cozy. Plus we get the Christmas vibes. I loved getting back to Lucky Harbor, and it was also really fun seeing, getting a new story because, I've read all of the main books, and for some reason, I don't know why, I never got around to reading the 3 Christmas novellas, but I'm only going to pick up this one right now. The other 2 are books 8.5 and I think 12.5, which is technically the final book written for the series. But I'm going to wait and read those in sequential through my reread, but I loved it. 5 stars for this one. And at some point I'll probably go back and reread the other 2 books in this anthology, but I might wait until I try. I need to figure out if the Katie Lane one is in the series that I've already started. But even though they're novellas and they can be taken out of context, I like to read things in order. So yeah, there's that. Now my nose is running because I was trying not to cry. I'm an emotional person all year, but sometimes it just gets you. So let's try our tea. Very minty, but then that white chocolate is coming through a little bit stronger, and I feel like the peppermint steeped is a little more prominent scent-wise than the spearmint. You do still get the spearmint though. Okay, let's try it. Interesting. A lot of the other flavors are super, super subtle. And so it's not like because I know there's a lot going into this and I'm intentionally searching for those other flavors, I feel like I can pick them up. But if not, you probably would think this is a more simpler blend of just spearmint, peppermint, and maybe a base tea or something like that, with a touch of sweetness, but it doesn't necessarily taste like white chocolate. It's more just kind of a vanilla-y, sweety kind of undertone. But that's good. I mean, I like it. I like peppermint tea though, so I'm easy to please there. So I would definitely give this one 8 out of 10. I'm a fan. So let us do my other advent calendar. So I have been doing the it's upside down. Fortune Cookie Soap Letters to Santa. They offered a 12-day and a 6-day box. I got the 12-day, so that is the one that we've been doing. All of the scent descriptions are on the back, but we will open it first. So here is day 24. If you have not heard me talk about Fortune Cookie Soap before, they are a bath and body product company out of Oklahoma, and they do a lot of small batch handmade products, and they have a subscription box. They do monthly collections, they do mini collections, they do 3 different holiday boxes: Christmas, Halloween, and Easter. And I love them to pieces, and I'm very excited. So let us see what today's is. A Truce Facial Cleansing Cream. So we got this pretty like coppery lid. So they say this is an advanced cleansing cream to gently remove oils and water-soluble waste from the pores. So yeah, you definitely want to use this during your cleaning step. It says ideal for removing makeup at the end of the day and gently cleansing the skin without harsh surfactants. I typically do a double cleanse. I have an oil and a cream cleanser. But whoa, that is a lot more liquidy than I expected. So I'm just going to kind of tilt it. It's kind of hard to tell, but it has a slightly like tannish, pinkish tint to it. It's a lot runnier than I expected. Oop. Let me not pour it everywhere. So it does kind of smell like typical facial cleansing stuff, like the chemicals that are in it, or chemicals sounds horrible, but whatever ingredients I guess are in it that are like the soap cleansing portions. But I'm getting a slight nutty scent. Maybe coconutty, maybe coconut, maybe other nuts, like an almond or walnuts or something. And I'm getting a touch of spice and maybe a touch of citrus. I don't know. I mean, it smells good. I like this. I would give this 4 out of 5 for sure. It's a little bit of a thinner cleansing cream, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to try for sure. So once again, that's called a truce. So let's see what it says. It's time to join forces against a common enemy. Silky almond milk blends smoothly with tangerine slices, creamy coconut, and heartwarming chai. Join together in peace to stop this. Peace? We're on the warpath together. If you know what this is from, please let me know. I have no idea what the inspiration is from this. A couple of years ago they did Christmas Story and they did Home Alone, and last year, I think it was last year's, maybe it was 2020, was oh my gosh, with Heat Miser and Snow Miser, A Year Without a Santa Claus. I have no idea what this one is. I thought with Letters to Santa it would be like Santa Claus is coming to town or something like that, but maybe not. I don't think so, because none of that sounds familiar to me. So if you know, please let me know. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. If you would like to leave me an emoji down below, why don't you do like a peppermint stick or a peppermint candy or something peppermint related for today's tea. But yeah, I think that's all I have. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what to do. And I will see you all tomorrow. And I hope you have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Christmas Eve. And yeah.